Welcome to On the Rocks. Tonight, you are going to be seeing and we're going to talk to Eden on Fire. This band is on fire. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Let's let them in.
Hello.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I feel like I've been running around like crazy today because I've been so excited about this interview with you today.
Oh, well, thank you.
Welcome to On the Rocks.
Thank you.
This show means a lot to me, and it means a lot that you're coming on.
Oh, well, thank you for inviting me. I'm always excited to be on an interview.
You are absolutely blowing up social media.
That's great to hear.
It's so crazy because the way I found you, well, of course, TikTok. I'm
Yeah.
I'm there. I feel like I'm on there 24/7.
Yeah.
But you kept on coming up on my feed. I'm like, wait a
Hi.
second. So I started checking your stuff out. I'm like, I have got to get you to come on.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate it. I'm going to turn you up a little here so I can hear better. There we
Um,
go.
let's kind of fill in the viewers. You're from Erie, Pennsylvania,
I am.
okay, and your band has been together since 2021.
Correct.
Okay, so why don't we fill in the viewers? Why don't you kind of give us a little insight on how you got together with this band and this crazy rock and roll business?
Yeah, it is crazy. Again, we started in 2021. I had done metal and rock years and years and years ago. Got out of it because I was in a bad marriage, and I just like put it all on hold. And then finally, sort of got out of that marriage right before the pandemic hit. Pandemic hits right as I'm ready to go,
Oh,
but
I
it
know
was
all
good.
about that.
Right. So it was good though for me, because I still had a lot to process. It was a
Right.
not a good scene. So and I hadn't been writing music for years. So it kind of all sort of came back to me. I had all this extra time at home and sat down at my piano. And so I started writing a lot of the tunes that are on the first album. And I was just using MIDI. Like I had my piano hooked up to a MIDI controller and, kind of put these songs, sort of the skeletons of a bunch of the songs that are on the first album. And I realized it's like, wow, I need to find people, So
That would help,
um,
right?
yeah, I met Scott Haggerty, our bass player, uh, late 2020, and he and I started working together. And we kind of went through a couple of different iterations of the beginnings of things. And then we finally found the lineup that's on that album, and that's when 2021 came around and we started actually really cranking out and then revamping all the tunes I had written, and plus some new ones that were being written along the way. So yeah, it's basically a culmination of me being off for a lot of years, the pandemic giving me time to sort of find who I was again, and letting that creative outlet sort of as a therapy, processing what I had been through. So yeah, it's all been happening really fast and it's very exciting.
Yeah,
Um,
it
yeah.
sure is. It's funny that we have kind of a connection because the same thing happened to me during pandemic,
Okay.
believe it or not. So I kind of had to reinvent myself as well.
Right.
So I was actually interviewing bands during the pandemic
Uh-huh.
as they were breaking up, as they were moving around.
Right.
I mean, so that was kind of a pivotal time for a lot of artists.
Right.
So,
Yeah, because I mean, those people that already had established bands were stuck, like how to, trying to figure out how to do like remote
yes,
concerts, and everybody's doing a little bit of acoustics and things like that to kind of keep them going. But I mean, for us, it almost was like our timing was good because we didn't need the band quite yet, and then
right.
once everything kind of opened back up, it started to happen. So yeah, so that's sort of the story of where we began. We've gone through a couple of different lineup changes over the last 2 years, but I think we've got a really solid lineup right now. Everybody seems like a really good fit and they're ready to go. Like I think my original lineup, they loved doing it, but then saw where we were headed, and they're like, yeah, no, I'm not looking to do the touring and the, all that again.
Right.
So yeah, so we've got people now that are really, plus we're all a bunch of, music nerds, and we have fun. So it's really good.
Yeah.
We've kind of got
And
that band family.
it's funny how divine timing
Yeah.
comes into play. Especially since pandemic. Now, a lot of new music is coming out from a lot of bands, and they're finally starting to get touring and things like that. But you have some pretty amazing music. "Villain" and "Broken" are two of my favorite songs.
Oh, thank you. Thank
And
you.
yeah, I mean, how is your writing process, Amy? As far as like, do you have to have a quiet room? Do you just write on the fly? How does that work for you?
A lot of times it's on the fly. I have my own little kind of cave down in the basement, where my piano is, and sometimes I'll go down there. Depends on what I'm feeling. Like as you see, I've got a few guitars back here too. I'm not a great guitarist, but I'm learning, and so I have written a few things, guitar based. In fact, we have a new release coming soon that I actually wrote the riff for. I'm excited about this one.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
but a lot of it's done at the piano, and it's just when I feel it, you know what I mean? Which I'm playing pretty much music every day. It's just part of who I am. So it's like when I'm having a bad day, I grab an instrument. It's either guitar, piano, or something, and,
Right.
fiddle around. But there's other times where I'm just like, I'm mad about something or I'm upset about something, and I'll just start scribbling lyrics. So there's been
Oh,
times where the lyrics came first. There's other times when the lyrics came after the tune. It just depends. So I'm kind of all over the place, but it's more about like when the movement kind of hits me, thing. So
right. Yeah, because I mean, you're so talented. That
thank
band
you.
that you currently have is amazing.
Thank you.
Are you guys looking forward to the summer? Because you're pretty busy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little slower than like I'd say we were 2 summers ago. I'm trying to be a little more selective and give us some time because we just went through after the first album, we released that in November of 24. December, two of my members left. So I had to regroup and I replaced them. And one of them stuck, our drummer, he's not going anywhere. I always joke to the band, I'm like, I microchipped all of you like a cat. Don't go anywhere. But yeah, our guitar player that we had, it wasn't a good fit. He's an amazing guitarist, but it just wasn't what he wanted to do, and we weren't really gelling. So um, we just brought Todd on, our new guitarist, and we've got this really tight thing. But we haven't written in like a really long time because of these changes. So we are finally back in the studio writing again, and that's just like so important to me. Like we are releasing a new single here, Queen Bee. It was written a few years ago, but we revamped it a little bit, so it's with Todd on the guitar, and it's changed slightly. But we're in the process of like revamping some older stuff that was never released and writing brand new stuff. So I want to keep that schedule a little light so we can get back into that again.
Right. Why don't you tell the viewers who's in your band?
Okay, so it is myself. I am the vocalist and also keyboard player, occasionally guitarist. I played the acoustic 12 string on Villain. I was so proud of myself for that one.
Great. It sounds
Funny
great.
story, I wasn't gonna do that actually. I
Right.
brought my 12 string for the studio session guitarist that we were working with. And I got there and I was like, hey, look, I taught myself how to play it. And he goes, you're gonna play it then. I said, okay. All right.
Wow.
But so that Scott Haggerty is our bassist. He's been our bass player. He's an OG, so he's been with me since the beginning. We have Todd Sandberg on guitar now, and Steven Starvaggi on drums.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Are they all from the Pennsylvania area, the Erie, Pennsylvania area?
Yeah, everybody is in the region right here. We actually rehearse at the drummer's place, which is about a half hour out here, and
Oh,
our
that's not bad.
guitarist is from about a half hour outside. But yeah, right in the vicinity. So yeah, that works out. I know a lot of people do a lot of remote writing now and everything, but I like that being in the same room together. We do
Right.
some of the preliminary stuff on our own. Like I'll come to the band with like a piano riff or something, or sometimes it's a complete song, but it's like not really complete. It's just I've
Right.
got the vocals, I've got the key, the chord progressions, but we go in and we massage it. But
Close.
yeah, so I really like that being in the same area so that we can actually rehearse live weekly.
Yeah, that's important to have that connection with
Yeah,
your band. So that's really great.
thank you.
So tell tell the viewers a little bit about whoever's not familiar with Erie, Pennsylvania area. How's the rock scene right now?
So we have a really vibrant music scene in general here, but it's pretty much like everywhere else in the world right now. It is really into the tribute bands and the cover bands. So that's,
Okay, yep.
I mean, you can really find a band playing, especially in the summertime. You can probably find a show almost any night of the week here in Erie in the summer. But you will see a lot more of the tributes and the cover bands. They're very, very popular. But we do have an original scene here, and it's varied. Like there, we have people doing acoustic. We've got band jams. We've got
Right.
like sort of things like that. We've got but we do have a metal scene here. It's mostly like hardcore metal, but we do have a metal scene. And venues come and go. Or for original acts, it's harder for us to find venues, especially metal.
Yeah.
But our music's a little more accessible than some of the hardcore, so we can kind of cross into some of the other venues, which is great. But
Which is
yeah, it's actually pretty good. You want to hear some music, Erie's a great place to come up to.
you know
And we
a
have a
band
beautiful lake.
do you know a band named Monte Carlo?
I do not. Are
Oh,
they from the
my
area?
friend Dan Parcells is in a band in Pennsylvania there,
Okay.
Monte Carlo, which is a great band.
I'll have to check them out. We are
Yeah,
a really big state. People don't realize how big
I
we are.
know. Pennsylvania
Yeah.
is, I mean, it takes you 4 days to get through it.
Yeah, I mean
Really.
it's not quite that bad, but it like
Yeah.
Philadelphia, from Erie to Philadelphia is about 9 hours. So yeah, we're a little farther apart than people realize. So
Right.
yeah, I actually lived in Philadelphia before, when I was doing music in the past. So I've kind of been down in that corner and this corner now. It's a
Right.
different world, but I like it up here.
But the funny thing is, being in Vegas here, we're kind of going through the same thing with the cover bands and
Hmm.
the tribute bands. But you know
Right.
what? People are craving original music.
That's great.
They want to see bands. They want to see
Right.
like microphones like breaking or guitar strings busting. I mean, they want the total package.
They want the
They
experience. Yeah.
they want the full experience, and 2026 is, you guys are in on it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
We're excited how things have been going, and I'm really excited about this new release. We're going to release a new tune in April here. I mentioned Queen Bee, and we kicked it up a notch. We have a guy out of LA who is an amazing engineer, producer, and he just mixed and
Cool.
mastered for us. And I'm so excited about that because it's just another level of production for us. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, tell us a little bit about some of the dates that you guys have coming up. I know you have one in May and then some in August right now.
Yeah, right now the schedule's a little light, as I mentioned. We might add some more dates, but again, we're trying to keep. There's a couple of tentative dates that I'm not really sure about yet. But yeah, we are going to be in May. We'll be here locally in Erie at the Big Bar, which is probably like the biggest venue here for shows. We are actually going to be playing with a tribute band. It's a Metallica tribute band. And so we'll be opening for them. Battery is the name of the band, and they're a
Okay.
national act. They're a touring
I think
national.
they've actually been through Vegas. I think that
Yeah,
name sounds
I
familiar.
wouldn't be surprised. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
So we'll be opening for them here locally. We'll be their local support. So we're excited about that. We have played in front of the Four Horsemen here, who's another traveling Metallica band, a couple times here now, and it's just a great night because our music works well with the Metallica crowd. So
Okay.
it's funny though, because that's one of the venues that's harder to get into here if you're not a cover tribute.
Right.
And we've been able to kind of cross that threshold. But the first time we did it, we got done playing and got off stage, and people came up to the merch table and they were like, "Where are you guys from?" And we're like, right here. He like, come see
Yeah,
us again sometime. Like nobody had any idea because, those venues have certain, people always go to that same venue and whatever, but they're not
right.
mixing with the hardcore metal scene, so they
They
don't
need
know.
to. I was just having a conversation with another band last week, and these bar owners, these club owners need to wake up because
I
let me
agree.
tell you, the you know cover band thing is great. I understand. I have tons of musician friends. I get it,
Right.
but we need original music bands.
Yeah.
They kind of have to start mixing it up. The tribute bands, I have a lot of friends that are in tribute bands. So
Hmm.
there is definitely a difference between a cover band and a tribute band.
Yes, there definitely is. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, these club owners need to start waking up
Yeah. I,
because
I think people are starting to be a little bit more open to some of it.
right,
I think I kind of like this best of both worlds where we're like, doing a show with a tribute or something because it kind of brings in both sides of the
right, and
audience.
that's how it
So,
should be. You
yeah.
know, I mean, I cannot stand listening to Guns N' Roses done 300 different times by 300 different bands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the same stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's repetitive, you
Right.
know, and being a rock journalist, I don't like repetitive.
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
I'm looking and hearing for some new stuff.
Right, right. And I think people tend to forget that the tribute bands are here because the original bands made the music first. So
Right, which is
you're gonna run
great.
out of options if you
Yeah.
don't keep
Yeah, I
embracing
mean,
new music.
and
So,
there's some great tribute bands out there. I'm friends with the Kings of
yeah.
Thrash.
Uh-huh.
They're about the best Megadeth tribute band you will ever hear. David Ellefson, Jeff
Yeah.
Young.
Uh-huh.
You've got Fred Aching on drums and Chaz Leon on guitar. These guys are killer. That's one of the very strongest tribute bands around right now.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So,
Yeah.
what are some goals for you, Amy, for 26?
So for 2026, I want to keep writing. I want to get back. I would really like to, we're going to probably push out as singles for right now. And that's a choice, a marketing choice. When we
Yeah, of course.
first put the album out, I wanted, we want to do the whole album. And we did put out 4 singles first that ended up on the album. But I realized in today's world, like, you can put that album out. It's nice to get reviews, but in terms of people listening, they're still listening to the 4 singles. So I was like, if I
Right,
really want them to hear our music, I think we need to push out singles and maybe an EP or another album when we get enough material that's already been released. So maybe
right.
like oh, here's
And
the
that's
album
a
now with
trend.
all those songs. So
Yeah, that's a trend, and that's not a bad trend to be in,
yeah.
because, a lot of listeners have short attention spans, unfortunately.
Yes.
And you can
Yeah.
thank pandemic for that.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Yeah. And
So,
it's funny because back to that on the album, we have a song called Parasite, and it's one of my favorites. I wrote that one way back. And I decided after the album had been out for a little while, I'm like, we need something out there. So I did a lyric video for it. And when I put it out, people were like, oh my God, we love this new song. And I'm like, it's not a new song, it's on the album. They're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, because people are listening to the 4 songs that were
right.
singles. So yeah.
But yeah, you got to shake it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So
No,
that was, I was like, yeah, I don't think we want to wait until we have a album's worth. We're just going to
right.
keep releasing single, which is easier to do financially anyway.
Of course.
So
Of course. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
So yeah.
But hey, like, who are some of your favorite vocalists? Like, when you were growing up, like,
Yeah. I'm
who
going
did
to
you
date myself.
absolutely love?
So I'm going to date myself. And I always say this, if anyone's ever heard any of my interviews, they're going to be able to answer this question. Pat Benatar is like my ultimate idol when I was growing up. I stood in front of the mirror with a hairbrush,
I think
being
all of us
Pat.
did.
Yeah. And I still love her. I still have mad
Right.
respect. We saw her in May this last year. She's still got chops. It's amazing. So yeah, she was the one that inspired me to want to be a rock star when I was like, 12 or something. But also, a lot of the female fronted stuff, especially from the early 90s, late 80s. I really got into Vixen when they came out. I was starting to get into metal, a lot of the hair metal type stuff. But when I
Right.
started seeing women, Joan Jett, of course, is another one, and Alita Ford, and a lot of these women that paved the way for us. But when Vixen came out, I was like, oh yeah, like this is awesome. All
Yeah.
girls, like they took the go-go's up a notch,
Oh, for
So
sure.
yeah. So those were the people I was listening to. And then as I got older, and it was before I started this whole project, I fell into the symphonic metal of Europe. And I had never heard it. And like, Amazon Prime Music was free when if you were an Amazon Prime member. And so I got that, and it would tell you, like, if you like this, you'll like that. And so I would just start listening to stuff, and I'm like, what? I heard Nightwish and Within Temptation, and I'm like, whoa, I need to do this. Like, so I'm going around to all my friends back then, and I'm like, we need to start a band. We need to start. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
Right.
it wasn't they weren't ready. But yeah, so that's really kind of what got me going, listening to those vocalists, and the symphonic metal was like, wow, so
Yeah. I mean, have you, I'm sure you know who Metal Life is.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yep,
She's, uh, she's a powerful
yeah,
vocalist. I mean,
yeah,
that was when I was getting into symphonic
uh-huh,
metalcore.
mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
she was one of the first I was like checking out, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's some amazing women out there that are just killing it right now. So it's an exciting time to be in metal. When I was doing this a few years ago in Philadelphia when I was young, there wasn't many of us. Like, I never ran into another female vocalist in the metal scene
Right.
back then. I mean, Philadelphia's a big pool of people, so I'm sure there were some. I just never ran into them. But now it's like there's so many of us. We're exploding, and I love
Yes,
it. I love
women
that we have that niche.
power.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's great to
Women
see
rock.
women heading the metalcore scene, metal
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah. That too.
It's
Yep.
it's just amazing.
Yeah. And I love that it's just like a variation. So you've got some of your symphonic singers who are operatic, and they're beautiful singers, and then you've got the down and dirty, like, Alyssa
Right.
White, who's doing the growls, and it's all the spectrum of metal, and it's
Oh
amazing. I
yeah.
think it's great.
If you want a great uh symphonic metal band, I'll give
Uh-huh.
you one that
Okay.
I'm friends with. Valkyrie's Fire.
Oh, I
That
I know of them.
you
Yes. Yes, they
do?
are amazing.
Yeah, they're from
Yes.
Nashville. They are amazing.
Yeah, I would love to do a show with them actually.
They're they let me tell you, I was blown away when I saw them live
Yeah, they're
in
good.
Nashville. They're definitely going play. Yeah, you guys should
Yeah.
definitely get together because that's a
Yeah.
great band.
Yeah, we're trying. Oh, I never finished telling you about my dates. So in August, we have a couple of
Oh, okay,
festivals that
yeah.
we're doing. Sorry. Yeah,
No,
so
we
we'll be
got
doing,
sidetracked.
I know, I go all over the place. I have two festivals in August that we're going to be doing. They're semi-local. One's in New York, and then one is down in the Pittsburgh region. So like upstate New York over here, which is, or Western New York, I should say. So
Okay.
it's not too far. So we're kind of in a neat area here in Erie. We're very close to Buffalo, Cleveland,
Yes.
Pittsburgh. So we've kind of got that whole little scene happening. So that's
Right.
cool.
And
And then
the metal scene, I don't mean to interrupt you, the metal
that's okay.
scene in New York and Pennsylvania, that whole East Coast region is
Yeah,
amazing right now.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, we're excited. Like I said, we'll probably be adding a few more dates. There's a couple of local things that are sort of like in the works, and I have a local show in September. I think we just added because we do, as much as we want to start touring and everything, we also still have a pretty good fan base here. So we want to make sure that
Yeah.
we're still playing
And
here every
plus,
so
it's
often.
cost effective right now
Yeah,
for
yeah,
everybody.
yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for
some
sure.
of those are my favorite shows anyway. That the people that are so dedicated, and when they come and they're singing your words with you, you know what I mean? It's just a really good time. So
Really getting into it. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm one of those people. I hope I will always be like this. Slap me if I'm not, but I'm accessible. So like I like to meet our fans. I like to go
Oh, yeah.
out and talk to
And
people,
that's
and
great.
Yeah.
that comes to my next question. What do you think about social media, Amy?
It's a necessary evil.
It is.
Honestly, there's been times where like other than okay, so when it first came out, it was about connecting with long lost friends, high school
Right.
classmates, whatever, and that was amazing. And then it got changed where it became ad intensive and all those things. And and then the politics and all the that's on there right now is like, oh, if I didn't have a band, I probably wouldn't be on it very often, other than to connect with people that you don't talk to very often.
Right.
But yeah, it's been a blessing for us though as a band. Like
Yes.
I don't want to diss it because again, like you said, we're kind of exploding, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And that's today. That's how you have to get your name out there. There's
Yes.
the world is saturated with bands, which isn't a bad problem, but
No,
it's
this is
hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
this year has been, I think, the craziest year, because I've been doing this show about 5 years, and I have had so many hits from bands that want to be on. I mean, it's
Yeah. We're
exploding.
busy. Yeah, it's exploding. And so then the problem becomes how do you rise above the noise for somebody to
I
notice
know.
you? And so social media has kind of been that tool to sort of, put your stuff out there. And
Right.
and we've just been blessed. Like we've had a lot of people helping us along the way. We got signed like our first year in, and we did decide to like go independent again, but it was like little things like that have happened for us because of social media and what
Right.
some
And
other like
like I said, I mean, TikTok is just crazy. And I
yeah.
mean, you're like all over TikTok. I mean, I see you on Facebook all the time, but
Yeah.
I mean, TikTok for those live videos, I
Yeah.
mean, is going to be the place. Now, you have YouTube also, right?
Yes, we do. We actually have real music videos. We've done two regular videos. One's broken, and the other one is our song "Listen to Me." That was our first video.
Right.
"Listen to Me" is like a mini movie, but we had a lot of fun with those. And then we have lyric videos, and then live footage, and then shorts and stuff like that up there. So we try to keep it active. I think I just put something up there today, so try to
Cool.
keep it busy. So I am our social media person, the one and
Oh,
only. So
okay.
anything you see is because I did it.
Right. So, who does your videos and stuff like that?
So like our actual music videos, we
Yeah,
have a
or
local guy
music
here.
videos and who films you guys?
Yeah, so we have a local guy. His name is Lone Sav. He is like so talented. So he has done our both of our actual music videos. The first time we had we did it all in one day. The first video on location, which was great, and we had a good time. And we pulled in kids. It
Right.
was a good time. The second time we got all more sophisticated. There's like 4 or 5 different location shots on that one, and he's just great. He's very talented. So the first video was written though by one of the people actually in our video. He was the principal. He's an actual he writes a lot of horror and stuff. He's a school teacher, but he also does a lot of movie writing.
Oh,
So
very
he
cool.
wrote that script for us, which was super cool, and then also starred in it with me. So that was fun. And then we had a friend of ours that is a music teacher at the school, so we were able to get access to classroom and kids, and it was a good time.
Oh, that's cool. Because I mean,
Yeah.
visually, I mean, of course, your band is killer, but
Thank
visually
you.
too, you're amazing. On
Oh, thank you.
stage, and the video's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
I have fun.
yeah. So you're gonna have a pretty busy summer, I think.
Yeah, I
And you
think
guys are
so.
gonna be adding shows and everything too, which is great.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
the
are gonna
plan.
stay in the Pennsylvania area, I take it.
Um, Not likely. We'll probably be traveling a little bit. We've got a
Okay.
couple of things on, like maybe not this summer, but coming sometime soon. Talking to a couple of other bands out of state about putting something together. And we would like to do. We've done a couple of mini tours, and that's probably what you'll see from us for a while. But we have gone down to Virginia a couple of times, out eastern side of Pennsylvania.
Right.
So, we might do a little bit more of that and maybe hit some new places. So we want to try to get out there as much as we can.
Yeah.
I always tell everybody, my goal was never to be Erie's premier metal band. I want to take this bigger. So
Oh yeah, and that's a great way to think. I mean,
yeah,
especially getting your band in front of new faces
right.
and exposing this band because not only are you guys talented, like I said, audio, but you're visually
Thank you.
great. I can't wait to see you guys live.
Thank you. I love to perform, as if you couldn't notice, but
Right,
it's like, I mean, to me, like, I love writing the music. I like recording the music. We have fun doing that. I love making the music videos, but that
right,
stage time for me, that's my time. I love it. I love that
exactly.
connection with the audience. And I was just talking to somebody today about that. Like, a lot of times, people have personas on stage. You just get me. I am real on
Right,
stage. So, when I'm singing and I look angry, it's because I'm thinking about the lyrics that I wrote that made me
right,
mad. So it's not a show. I'm feeling it as I'm doing it.
which
So
is
I
great,
really enjoy that. Yeah.
and
It's
I'm
it's
sure that.
therapeutic.
Oh yeah, totally therapeutic. I absolutely agree with you there. But why don't you tell the viewers before I let you go all your socials and where they can find more about your band?
Absolutely. So we are on pretty much everything. We are on Facebook is probably our biggest platform right now, and we are Eden on Fire Metal Band there because the other one was taken. And then we are on Instagram, Eden on Fire Band. TikTok is Eden on Fire Band. On YouTube, it's just Eden on Fire. You can also find us on Bandcamp, edenonfire.bandcamp.com, and that's where you can support us by buying our music. We
And
get most
merch.
of those. Yes, yes. And yeah, we do have actually our own merch site too. That's if you go to our website, you can find everything there and links to everything else, edenonfire.com. And we have actually a links page on there that'll give you all the links. And of
Oh,
course, we
very
have a
cool.
link tree somewhere. But
Oh, right.
yeah, but
I
yeah, our
love
our
that.
website, we actually have a blog on there now too that we just
Oh,
started,
cool.
that telling you about the meanings of the songs and some other things. So we're trying to keep everybody up to date on things as best as we
And
can.
we
So
appreciate that. That's for sure.
thank you.
But it was great talking to you, Amy. Let's do a follow up interview later in the fall,
Hey,
and
sure.
we can catch up and
Sounds good.
see where you guys are and keep in touch.
Okay, absolutely. I appreciate you.
Definitely.
I remember seeing that there was somebody called the Rock Goddess that was sharing all my stuff on TikTok, and I'm like, who is this person? I love
That's
them. Thank
me.
you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. My pleasure. I mean, like I said, I want to get your band in front of viewers that don't know, who Eden on Fire is.
Well, thank
And
you.
this band is definitely worth a check out. They need to do that. But I'll send you a copy of this
All
when I
right.
go to post it, and I'll let you know.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
It was great meeting you. Tell the
Great
band I
meeting you
said
too.
hello,
I will do that.
and maybe next time we can get the whole band on.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's hard to get them
Not
on a
that I don't love
weeknight
you,
in the evening.
Amy.
Yeah, it's harder to get them on a weeknight in the evening,
Right.
but we can make it happen.
I'm sure we can. Well, you take care. Have a
Thank
great
you.
summer. And
Thank
I
you. You
look
too.
forward to hearing some new material.
Awesome. Thank you.
All
Rock
right.
on. All
Take
right.
care. Rock on, man.
All
We
right.
should do this.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right. Take care.
All right.
All right. Eden on Fire. This is a great band to watch. Erie, Pennsylvania. That whole East Coast vibe is getting crazy with new metal bands. So definitely check this band out. Always like and subscribe to On the Rocks because you never know who I will be interviewing next.